Good morning. Good morning, the day after Christmas. Yeah, and I'm sorry, I forgot to say hello to those of you who are joining us on Facebook and YouTube. Hello, if you would just sort of maybe put your name and say hello in the chat so that we know that you're joining us today. We feel your presence, and hopefully you can feel ours as we join in this special time. This is a special day. This is a ritual that we do every year, and it's really important for us in unity. Many other traditions I probably have a version of this, but our version is the burning bowl. So the idea, we have completed yet another year, another trip around the sun, another adventure in life, another year in pandemic land. Right? Yeah. And another year in our soul's growth. So, this is naturally the time of year that a lot of us sort of take a moment and look back and reflect on how things went this year, the bright spots. We look at the bright spots, the things maybe we have accomplished, and maybe not so bright spots. Those places where, we got a little stuck. Or, that didn't quite work out like we thought. That's what we're looking at today. And here's the thing, if you're on a spiritual path, that exploration in particular includes reflecting on what has been working and what has not been working within ourselves. All right, that's what we're looking at today. And we definitely want to look at those things that went well, all of the areas that we grew. I highly recommend that everyone at the end of the year carve out some time and really think about all the ways that you've grown, all the ways that you've gone beyond your fear, all the ways that you have pushed past old belief, all the ways that you have gotten one step closer to the expression of the fullness of your divine self. And look at that and put it in your journal. Document it. Honor it. Own it. That's a really wonderful practice to do. And so what we're doing today with this service is just as important. We're at the other side of that. We're looking at, we're looking at maybe attitudes, old beliefs, old ways of being that have stifled our growth, that have kept us stuck. We look at them because we want to release it, right? We don't want to take that into 2020 with us. We want to let it go. And then forgive ourselves. We want to forgive ourselves. And I'll be leading a little self-forgiveness exercise after we do the burning of the paper. And then we can continue on that forward movement towards the expression of our highest self. In order to progress with our growth, we must recognize and release what's not serving us. It's really important. And we all have something, right? Anybody here not make a mistake this year? Anybody? Oh, I'm not seeing any hands go up. Anybody here not allow your ego self to get in the way of the expression of your highest that is within you? No hands. If that were true, I would say you don't need to be here. Exactly. We are on a journey. This journey of awakening is indeed that. It is a journey. And as long as we're here on this physical planet, in this human form, in this world that is asleep and dreaming a dream of separation, and we can get caught in that, there's something for us to know. There's something for us to learn. There's some place for us to grow. There is some gifts that we need to give. And, we say it every Sunday. That's part of our mission statement. We celebrate our journey toward wholeness. It's a journey. And that journey sometimes has some pretty big potholes, some pretty steep hills. Some years steeper than others. Some obstacles that we don't soar over with ease. But if we can discover what keeps us stuck, what trips us up, and address it and release it, we grow into our wholeness. We grow into our wholeness. So that's what we're doing with this service today. And then next week, we are doing our white stone service, which is, these two services really work together. The white stone service is where we recommit to our journey. And I'll be guiding you in a little exercise, a meditation, where you connect with your inner wisdom that will reveal a key word or a key phrase that might be a guide for you in the next year, guiding you towards realizing your full potential, realizing that highest vision within you. But before we can do that, we need to take a look at what might be getting in the way of really actually living that full vision, that highest vision. And Charles Fillmore, Unity co-founder, he knew that better than anybody. He knew you can't just repeat some affirmations and just think positive thoughts and expect transformation to just happen. No, he knew that for transformation to happen, we need to recognize and release what's getting in the way of the fullness of our highest self, the expression of who we truly are. In fact, he wrote in his 12 Powers book, if the thoughts are lifted up, the whole organism is raised to higher rates of vibration. But there must be a renunciation or a letting go of old thoughts before the new ones can find a place in consciousness. Thoughts are things, he says. They occupy space in the mental field. A healthy state of mind is attained and continued when the thinker willingly lets go the old thoughts and takes on the new. This is illustrated by the inlet and the outlet of a pool of water. Stop the inlet and the pool goes dry. Close the natural outlet and the pool stagnates, or like the Dead Sea, it crystallizes. That's a powerful image. Crystallizes, calcifies. That's why the Dead Sea is a Dead Sea. So what we're doing here today is we're going to decrystallize, decalcify, by creating an outlet for those old thoughts, old beliefs, old ways of being that have been keeping us stuck to go. And therefore, we create this clear, fresh space in our consciousness for new, more powerful ideas to grow, for new, more empowering ideas to grow, for new possibilities to take hold. Right? You with me? Yeah. Everybody ready to do that? Let's decalcify. Let's create that outlet together and make space. So if I could have the greeters begin to pass out the, what they're going to hand you is a little piece of flash paper. And if you're at home, if you've got a little piece of paper that you can take out and a pen or a pencil, you're participating with us. I'm trusting you're doing this with us. All right, so let's just take a moment, take a breath, close your eyes, begin to allow your awareness to center in your heart. Breathe into that space for a minute. Really begin to feel that connection, begin to feel that energy of love and wisdom growing within you. And so I'll just give you a few prompts, if areas you might want to look at, you know. So if you've made a commitment to being more loving, more peaceful, more centered this year, you might want to look at, okay, how did I do with that? You know, we might want to ask ourselves, where could I have been more loving? What got in the way of that? Were there shadowy places in me that got triggered? That sabotaged my peace of mind, my relationships? And am I ready to let go of that? What mistakes did I make that I do not want to repeat? Did I let fear stop me? Keep breathing. Keep breathing. How did my spiritual practices go? Did I let things get in the way of that? How'd I do with sharing of my time, talent, and treasure this year? Are there any beliefs that kind of got stuck? Old things I know I want to release, but just haven't quite been able to do that yet? Allow the ideas, allow the infinite wisdom within you, right here in the center of your being, to expand, to inform your thoughts about this. Keep breathing. As I said, we're going to do a self-forgiveness exercise after this. Right now, we want to release things we don't want to do again. We don't want to carry into the new year. We don't want to continue to keep us stuck. All right, and when you're ready, only when you're ready, open your eyes and begin writing. If you're not quite ready, just stay there in that space until it really becomes clear. There's no hurry here. And when you're ready, only when you feel ready, I want you to come up one at a time and drop it in here and just feel it going. Just feel it releasing and burning up like this. Gone. Poof. Yeah. Oh. Oh. All right, everybody's gone. Everybody gone. All right, again, let's close our eyes and turn our focus within for a moment. Takes a nice deep cleansing breath. Easier to breathe now, right? Just clearer. Easy to breathe. Bring again your awareness to your heart center. You might want to put your hand there if it's helpful for you. And just allow yourself to feel the love of the infinite divine embracing you fully in this moment. Feel yourself loving yourself. Offer yourself forgiveness anything that you wrote down there that you released. Truly, everyone does the best they possibly can with the consciousness they have at the moment, at the time. You have always done the best you could with the consciousness you had at the time. Right? So, with that awareness, knowing that we are on a journey that has potholes and hills, and we breathe through it. We offer ourselves love, holding ourselves, allowing the divine to see us as perfect and innocent and whole and beloved. And we have released it. We have allowed it to flow out. And we recommit to walking our path in love and self-forgiveness at all times. Breathe again into this moment. This is also a good awareness to take with us as we desire to forgive others. Comes from that same place. All right. Bring your consciousness back into the room. And I'd like to share with you a poem by Hafiz that someone shared with me. I think it was our board president, Maria, who shared this beautiful poem by Hafiz called Skinning Your Knees on God. Little by little, you will turn into stars. Even then, my dear, you will only be a crawling infant, skinning your knees on God. Little by little, you will turn into the whole sweet, amorous universe in heat on a wild spring night, and become so free in a wonderful secret and pure love that flows from a conscious, one-pointed, infinite need for light. Even then, my dear, the beloved will have fulfilled just a fraction of a promise he wrote upon your heart. When your soul begins to ever bloom and laugh and spin in eternal ecstasy, oh, little by little, you will turn into God. Namaste.